In this video, we will be reviewing the My BMW app. So without further ado, let's get started. Now, as you've just witnessed, my biometrics are already set up on my phone. So to log in, I simply tap on the My BMW app, look into my screen, and the facial recognition feature does the rest to authenticate who I am. But if we assume that this is your first time using the BMW app, the first thing you'll need to do is to create a BMW ID by visiting customer.bmwgroup.com on your web browser. Now, you may use any browser of your choice, but my favorite one is Safari. So you simply input all of your personal details, and then once you've done that, you click on Register Now. Once all of that is complete, that's the ID that you'll use to log into the My BMW app. Back to the home screen, as you can see, we've already set up our vehicle, but assuming that this is your first time using the app, you'll need to tap on the small white car on the top right-hand corner of the screen to register a new vehicle. There's our active vehicle displayed. At this point, you simply click on Add Vehicle, and the very next question that pops up on the screen is, have you received the keys to your new vehicle? If my memory serves me well, I believe we had to have both keys in order to set up this function. So if you have both keys, you can simply tap on Yes. Then you will enter the 17-digit VIN number and click on Continue. Upon completion of this step, there will be a one-time PIN displayed in the infotainment system, which you should then input into the app. Given that we've already done this step, there is no OTP for us at this stage. Once complete, the app and the car will have been fully synchronized. Another pertinent feature of the app is the message center, where you receive messages directly from BMW SA. Now, if your push notifications are turned on, you will also receive this within your main notification center of your phone. Going back to the home screen, the first thing that jumps at you is this wording that says all good. This essentially means that there's nothing wrong with the electronics in the vehicle, i.e., there are no engine warning lights that are being detected, etc., which we can corroborate by looking at the instrument cluster. It can also mean that there aren't any doors, windows, or sunroofs that are open, and I'll demonstrate what this looks like when we open the sunroof. Once we open the sunroof, we get a little message on top of the car that says that the sunroof is open. Moving on to check status, this shows you a variety of features, including the status of windows, doors, the bonnet, boot, sunroof, etc. You have to be really careful with this one, as it can get incorrect signals from the car. For instance, it might say that the boot is open, but when you get to the car, the boot is actually closed. Next, you can see the service interval due dates. Our next oil change will happen in January 2026 or within 11,000 kilometers, whichever comes first. Given that we work from home, we'll most likely hit January 1st before 11,000 kilometers. The vehicle will also have its first major service in July of 2027 or at 90,000 kilometers, whichever comes first. Lastly, we can also check for any remote software updates that we need to do, which there are none currently. The homepage also shows us information about the fuel level. Now, if it were an electric car like the BMW iX3, we'd see the charge level information here too. Additionally, you can also lock and unlock the car, turn on the lights, and hoot if you want to. And by the way, interestingly, you can use these functions anywhere in the world. I remember when I was overseas for a while, I could operate all of these functions from overseas as well. Next, you have plan ventilation, which works perfectly for those who have set schedules. So for instance, if you leave the house at 8 a.m. every morning, then you can set the ventilation for 7:30. And this is a really cool function because it cools the car in hot temperatures and heats it up in cold temperatures. Now that we've closed the sunroof, let's refresh the home screen, and there you have it, all good. The vehicle also comes equipped with a built-in tracking system. Using this function, you're able to find the nearest petrol stations, which is great if you're on a road trip or on unfamiliar territory. You can also find the nearest BMW dealerships for your next service. By the way, this is how BMW actually finds you when you press the SOS button in the vehicle. In my opinion, you don't need a third-party tracker at all, but just to be safe, it's always advisable to have more than one tracker. The Explore BMW tab features how-to articles and short videos that have been duly prepared by BMW for our consumption. So if there's something you don't understand about your vehicle, there's probably an answer for you in this tab. The next tab is the BMW Store, which gives one the opportunity of retrospectively acquiring any software that you did not specifically option out when you purchased the car, including iconic sounds and remote start. But that 7,300 of remote start, I'm not sure about, eh? Bayasibulala ngoku. Within the BMW Store, you can also book your next service at your preferred dealer. The last tab on the app is Profile Settings, which you can toggle through and change the theme of the app. When you log in for the first time, the theme color will be the same as the vehicle color by default. However, you've got tons of other options to choose from. Personally, I've gone for the competition theme, which is really cool. Lastly, one of the most important functions of this app is the roadside assistance function, which you can activate from the app itself or through the SOS button in the car. So what would I rate this app out of 10 then? Although it comes with must-have features, such as being able to locate your car, it isn't exactly perfect as it sometimes receives incorrect information from the vehicle about the status of doors, windows, etc. Additionally, a 3 Series is a R1,000,000 car after all, so I would have loved for remote start to come as standard, but I guess that's more a BMW issue than the app itself. Lastly, you cannot close the windows and sunroof remotely, despite the app telling you that they're open. So if it happens to rain, you physically have to go to the vehicle and close these manually. So for these reasons, I'll give this application a solid 7 out of 10. If you enjoyed the content in this video, don't forget to comment, share, like, and subscribe. Until the next one, take care.